What is up, you guys? It is me, Rachel Victoria, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Life Without a Script. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. As you can see, it's very windy out in my backyard. Um, but yeah. Today is a very special episode. Well, every episode is special, being honest. Nothing new. But today it's gonna be a little bit different because I know that lately I've been focusing a lot on mental health, but today we're not. We're gonna put mental health to the side and we're gonna talk about a topic that I am a topic that I am very passionate about, and that is acting. Acting is a career choice that I made, many, many, many years ago. Many years ago is what I made. And today I'm going to talk about it, but not only today. In the next, I'm going to talk about it for many other episodes because in Life Without a Script, we will talk about it, just about anything. It's me, a day in my life. So we're gonna be talking about acting. I'm gonna be talking about all the jobs that I've done. My journey through acting, how I got into it. I'm gonna give tips on everything. We're just gonna do whatever comes to mind because you know what? I'm already getting goosebumps about this specific topic. Anyways, so today I'm gonna give tips on how to become an actor with no experience. Yeah, for those people that want to start acting, like, I want to be an actor, but I don't know where to start. Well, that's why I'm here. I got you, girl. I got you, people. I'm going to be here and I'm going to give you tips. But before I get into tips, I'm going to talk about a little bit about how I got into acting. So I got into acting probably when I was about 4. Well, it's not how I got into acting really. It's more how I decided I want to be an actor. So I was probably around 4. I didn't know that I want to be an actor yet, but I was around 4 when I would dress up. My uncle would dress me up and he would walk around the house with me. And everywhere I would go, he would just take photos, photos, photos. So I was always in a photo shoot session in my house. And I felt like a paparazzi following me everywhere because for everything they were taking photos of me. And he was always dressing me up. In just about anything. And it continued over for a few years, probably until I was 6. He kind of stopped, but I was like, no, I actually liked it. I liked it. I don't want to keep going with this. So yeah, so I started dressing up myself, and I would take pictures of I would try to take pictures of myself. I would get like somebody in my house to take pictures of me, and I would dress up, and I would be like, I'm not Rachel today. Today I'm Gloria, and I'd be so dramatic, and I would try to act like a General Hospital, Days of Our Lives type of actress. I'm also like a screenwriter, so I would write like a lot of plays with lines, and I would act them out, and I would like wear makeup, and I'd be like, oh my god, somebody punched me in my eye, and I would like cry, and nobody punched me in my eye. It was just makeup. I was that girl. I was that kid, in my house, and yeah, and then that's when I realized this is what I want to do for a living. I want to do this. And then everything fell into place. I mean, I grew up watching Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place. So Miley Cyrus was an idol for me for many years. But then slowly I started seeing Selena Gomez's journey, and Selena inspired me in all aspects of my life. But she really inspired me, especially acting, because I saw how difficult it was for her to break out in this industry, and just the fact that she never gave up and she kept going, and like she became such an inspiration to me. Another one that is an inspiration, like completely comedic genius, is Lucille Ball. And like, I Love Lucy is something that I just watch over and over again, and I never get tired of. Desi Arnaz too was like, wow. I just like get goosebumps just seeing I Love Lucy, because it's like, oh my god, like she introduced comedy to the world, and in such a an epic way, because I want to do that. I would love to be a comedic actress, but comedic timing is very difficult. Like yes, you can do it, but it's just not that easy, to be done. And it was like, wow. So I Love Lucy became like such, among other shows. There are other shows, other movies too, that have inspired me with other actors, actresses. And I'm gonna talk about it in another episode. In other episodes, I'm gonna keep mentioning actors, movies, TV shows that just inspire me, because an actor doesn't just watch a movie and say, okay, this movie inspired me, and that's it. No, you you watch movies, you watch TV shows, and each piece that you see, they just inspire you to do something better. They just give you like ideas, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like very recently, somebody introduced me to this movie called The Whale, and I had like I knew about that movie, but I really did not really mind to see it. But he spoke about it. And he was like, "Yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." I watched it, and it was like now that movie made it into my list of movies that inspire me. You know, if you haven't watched The Whale, please check it out. You know, you can rent it off Amazon Prime, YouTube. You know, it's with Brendan Fraser, you know him from Tarzan, or Sadie Sink from Stranger Things. And I love Sadie Sink too. She's also one of the actresses that actually inspired me. But you know, it became such The Whale became like a wow, it's just an inspiration, just like the story behind it, and you know, with the amazing director Darren Aronofsky, I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure I butchered his last name, but you know, it is what it is. But he's such an amazing director, and the movie was so good. So you see, just at any little actor, movie, or TV show that you see, it just inspires you to do, you know, something better, right? So yeah, so thank you. Shout out to that person. Thank you. But yeah, and you know, along the way, I'm gonna keep talking about other movies, TV shows, like I said. And yeah, and my parents are not. Nobody's in the industry in my family. My mom, I was on top of her many years. She didn't know like how to get me to start until like when I was 12. Imagine from 4 to 12. So I was 12. She was like, "Fine, to get you to shut up." She put me in an acting class. I'm Many of you don't know this, but I am half Latina. So my mom put me in a Spanish acting class, and my teacher, he was actually an actor in the Spanish network Telemundo, and he was doing a lot of guest roles on telenovelas. So my mom put me there with him, and he taught me just a lot of things. You know, it was my first time, so I was just clueless. You know, and yeah, and he opened up that door where it's like, wow, I started seeing what really acting is. And I learned some voiceover work with him. I did a lot of YouTube videos, which I'm gonna show clips of it. I'm gonna show actually a clip of one of the videos that I did in that class when I was 12 at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. And then yeah, and then you know, and I would like pretend that I would have my own show in my house, and I would go around my video camera just recording and interviewing people. So yeah, that's how I got into it. And today I'm gonna give tips on how to get started with people with no experience. And before I get started, I want to say that you really got to get into acting. You really got to say, "This is my passion," and really know it. Like, this is what I want to do. This is exactly where I want to be. Acting is an unstable job. So remember, if you're just starting out, remember you need to have a backup job. Don't just say, "I'm going to do acting," and stick to acting. That's not gonna work. And remember, it's time consuming. You take patience to build up where you want to be. You're gonna get a lot of no's, but you'll get that one yes that you need. So my tip one is classes. Take classes. You need to take classes. You need to like, because you can't just say I want to be an actor and just go and book jobs. No, you need classes. You need classes to learn everything. You need classes to learn mind reading, cold reading, improvise, you know, chemistry read, monologues, how to not break character, how to get into character, you know, how to memorize lines in a quicker, fast way. And yeah, you just need classes. It doesn't matter where you live, what state you live in, or even country, but you know, I'm gonna specify state. It doesn't matter what state you live in, and there's mosquitoes are starting out. You Google, you know, classes near me, and yeah, you just get into it. And it doesn't matter like if you start booking like big shows, big movies, an actor always needs to be learning something. Always. It's a constant learning for an actor because there's always something new. And remember, that's how you book the roles. Your talent books the roles. So you need to constantly be in classes all the time. All the time. It's just a big one. All the time being classes. There's always something new to learn. And you gotta push yourself too, because that's how you book the roles, you know? So you gotta be in a constant learning. But yes, take classes. Now, my tip two, You need a headshot and a resume. For headshot, yes, that's how you book auditions. First of all, you book auditions through headshot and demo reel, but demo reel is another thing I'm gonna talk about in another episode. Um, but yeah, headshots are very important. It's a lot of money because you need a professional photographer. But if you're just starting out, you can take it from your phone. Just ask somebody and just exactly like research up what's the right length for acting. Like for headshots, what are the right lengths, the requirements, this and that. And yes, you can take it, but you need like also it's recommendable to get a professional photographer though, because that's gonna give you like exactly like the right, you know, they're gonna provide you the right quality of pictures that you need. So for example, I would recommend you need three. So the first one is full body. You always need that full body. Second one, now comes your headshot. I waist up and it should be smiling because that's for like commercial work. And then the third one is waist up and that should be like serious or for theatrical dramatic work type of thing. And I say with those three, you're just good to go. You don't need anything else. But again, it's a lot of investment. Just like taking classes, you do have to invest as well. It's an investment. And then now you need your resume too, because your resume will be attached to your headshot. And now with your resume, like if you don't have any type of experience, no worries. That's why you need training too, because you need to put it in there because that's how you book agents. Agents are the most important thing. But yeah, you need to put in training. Also, if you're like in school and there's a theater program, hey, why don't you try out for a play too? Because you can put it in. Or if not, try to do student films or low budget films. They either might not pay at all or they might pay very little, but it's worth it because again, it's experience that you can add up into your resume mixed in with training. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. I don't use this headshot anymore because it's old, but this is my first headshot when I was 16. It's the first time that I got it attached with my resume, so you guys can see how it should look like. So right here, this is my first set. I was 16. How time passes, right? So this is an 8x10 headshot. That's how it should be. Your name goes here in the corner. You can put in your stage name or your real name, however you want to go in the industry. My real name is Rachel Meneses, but my stage name is Rachel Victoria, Victoria being my middle name. But, it's your choice, but it should go whatever name you go by, it will go in the corner. And then the staple, each corner, needs to be stapled each corner of your resume in the back. And this is all your experience, all of your training, contact information, your special skills, and even your physical attributes, just everything. I don't use this anymore. I'm 16. I use a different one now. But yeah. So that's how it should look. Also with your resume, I'm gonna make a video separately later on another episode. I'm gonna talk about how to create a resume with people with no experience. But yeah, with your resume, try to fill it up with as many training as you can. And again, it could be mixed with student films, low budget films, just about anything. But make sure, because that's the first thing. That's like opening the door to like booking an agent too. So once you have classes, your resume, and your headshot are completed, you move on to step 3, which is booking an agent. You need an agent to book casting calls. The casting directors or productions will not send it to you. No, they will always go through an agent. Now, for that, I suggest this is my suggestion. This is something that I always do. Book an agent and a manager. Why? Because they will both be constantly just looking for roles for you all the time. And aside from that, in the back of your pocket, find websites that you can self-submit yourself, such as Actors Access, Casting Networks, and Backstage. I use Casting Networks and Actors Access. I've never really used Backstage, but I've heard it's really good, and I recommend it. Even though I have gone on it, I have seen stuff. I just never have submitted for anything, but I do see it's a legit website. Good reviews, so I recommend to use it too. The problem is with those three, you self-submit yourself, and you do have to pay out of pocket, so either annually or monthly, whichever works for you. But I do recommend you get those three also to the back of your pocket, because that way you're always booking something, or at least you're getting auditions. So for example, you can book music videos, commercials, theater, TV shows, movies, even background acting, which is extras jobs. So you can book everything through those three. I have gotten auditions through casting networks, and I've gotten booked through Actors Access. So yeah, I totally recommend you using that. And my friends in the industry have gotten booked through Backstage. So you can use that one. For agent and manager, like I said, that's why you need a headshot, because that's what you submit. You submit that. Some of them will ask for a demo reel. If you don't have a demo reel, don't sweat it at all. Just move on to the next. But yes, a demo reel is a video that you create with all of the work that you've done, like clips of works that you've done. But if you don't have one because you're just starting out, don't sweat it. Just keep applying to others. You can Google around in your area. A lot of people think that they need to move to Los Angeles. Yes, everybody wants to get to Los Angeles. Even I want to be in Los Angeles. But for that, you do need a lot. Unless, you have that luck, or you just meet somebody that could get you, there. But if not, if you're just starting out, right now, don't think that you need to move there. No, you can start working locally in your area. Or there are agencies, I've heard, in Los Angeles that if you're willing to travel for auditions, they are okay with it. So if you are okay with that, then maybe you can apply. Just, call them, send them an email, specify which department, because there are many departments. You have theatrical, film, commercial work. Just specify which department you want to be in, send them your resume, your headshot, or give them a call. And if you want to stop by, where their office is, and give them a stop by, go and do so, or fill out an application online, because some of them have it. So I suggest you do that, and don't, and like I said, there are agents that they might ignore you completely. They won't answer you at all. But there are others that they will give you a call or shoot you an email, and so just apply to as many as you can. Go and seek out that representation, and don't worry, that one person will give you a yes. Now, if you do end up booking an agent, I repeat, do not pay them anything, because they are not supposed to tell you that you need to pay them at all. So do not pay them anything. So they get commission of when you book a job. So if you're like union, that you belong to SAG or like any other union type, they get a 10% commission. If you're non-union, then you belong to anything, then they get a 20% of commission, and that's only when you book. So do not pay them anything else. But yeah, and that's it, and you're good to go. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my video on giving tips on how to be an actor with no experience. I wish you guys luck. For those of you that want to follow it and are going to go and do so, I'm going to keep talking about this in many other episodes. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. You enjoyed this video. I'm sending all of you guys positive energies, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button.